What's a happening, nerds? I'm going to do a video response to Mike Baseball Collector for the top 10 cards on our list that we want. But before I get into that, happy Roberto Clemente Day. I've shared my little side collection of Roberto Clemente before, but in honor of that day, I'm going to show Scott's marker doodle card. And shout out to Theo at Clemente Collector, Brewdog, Blue Rock, Andy over at Andy's Attic, and all the Clemente collectors, Pirates fans, Mangini, and then congratulations to Brendan Donovan. He's the Cardinals nomination for the award this year, because every team nominates a player from their team. So Brendan Donovan happens to be the nomination for the Cardinals, and he's also been awarded the Bob Feller Award because of the activism that he does for the military community, which I got a soft spot for, right? So anyway, moving on to the point of the video, and I'm sitting off to the side, kind of like Mike did in his video, because I'm going to put images of the cards that are on my list. First thing, I got 30 cards on my Ozzie Smith list. I'm not going to dominate the list with Ozzie Smith because I'm really at a point in my collection where I'm beyond happy with where it's at. I'm doing the Musial and Molina Topps Gold collection, and yep, I'm halfway there on that. But those are, quite easy to find, inexpensive, so those don't really qualify for the list. And same thing with a lot of the Ken Boyer cards. There a lot of them that I'm missing. Again, easy to find and doesn't really go on this list. But one of the things, I'm known for being a Cardinals guy through and through, which ironically, some of the cards on here are not Cardinals cards, is I'm a player collector. Players really kind of drive my collection. And there's a couple like team-centric collection scopes I have, but predominantly a player collector. So anyway, I'm just going to go through and go over my 10 cards. So the first one, I got to start off with Ozzie Smith. He's my guy. And of the cards that I'm missing, the top 3 on this list is, the 1996 Select Certified Mirror Gold. And if you know anything about 90s cards, you know how prolific this set is, and I think that's really kind of driving its importance for my list. But so be it. It's I had the mirror red, and aesthetics, just looking at aesthetics and stuff like that, the mirror red I prefer over the mirror gold, and I do have that, so great. But the mirror gold, there's like 30 copies. That's if all of them are in circulation. It is very much a big boy card, you know what I'm saying? And so that's at the top of my list. I don't really think I got to go more into it than that. The 1986 Schnucks Milk. And so this card, it's a regional release. Schnucks is a grocery store chain in the Metro St. Louis area, maybe extends a little bit beyond there. But anyway, 1986, coming off of the pennant winning season in 85, they put cards on the panel of milk cartons. And for some reason, Ozzie Smith is hard to find. You can find like Vince Coleman, Tom Herr, Danny Cox, Andy Van Slyke, again, going Pittsburgh fans. But Ozzie Smith, and you think that he was the most popular player on the team, an all-star, and I do know like Willie McGee was coming off of his MVP season, but you would think that more of those would have been saved, and it'd be easier to find those more than anything. But it's quite difficult to find, and what I found out, expensive. The next card, 1988 Topps Cloth Experimental. I think that last word says it all. People who collect 80s cards know of this set, and they're hard to find. They're expensive. Ozzie Smith does have one. The image looks like his all-star card that year. So anyway, those are the 3 Ozzie Smith cards that made my top 10. Uh, if I could somehow manage to get that Schnook's Milk and the Cloth Experimental, that would actually give me all of his 80s cards, which I think would be really cool, just because 80s was just a great decade for Cardinals baseball. And then at the same time, Ozzie Smith won the Gold Glove every year of the decade. And so I just think that'd be cool. The next player is Stan the Man Musial. And I have one of his cards on that list because of just how it fits within my current Musial collection. And that's his 1949 Leaf. It's a well-known card. It's not rare by any means, but it is expensive because some people call it a rookie card, even though it's a 1949 card, whatever. But I think it has its place within the whole bubblegum card wars theme that I have going on with my Stan the Man collection. So I just think it would be a really great fit for what I already have. The next card, Yadier Molina. And no, it's not a gold card. It's not a rookie card. It's actually a pre-rookie card because it's his earliest professional card. You know, he was drafted in 2000, and in 2001, card manufacturer Grandstand, I guess they made a lot of minor league cards, made 2 cards of Yadier Molina that year. One was like a top prospect card. The other one, though, is his base flagship, I guess is the best way to describe it, card when he was on the Johnson City Cardinals, who was the single A affiliate at that time. And just because Yadi's one of my all-time favorite guys, you know, having his earliest card would be outstanding. And it's similar to like with Ozzie Smith and his Family Fun Centers card. It's his earliest card, and that's why I want it. The next player, Ken Boyer. Like I said, you know, there's a bunch of cards of his I want to get, but there's 2 that I would put on this list. And the first one is the 1959 Home Run Derby. It's a pretty well-known set, but at the same time it's scarce. Of the players in that set, he might be one of the cheaper ones because, well, he's not a Hall of Famer, but it's still quite an expensive card. It's hard to find. Recurring theme. Expensive, hard to find. That's why it's on this list. Anyway, but it's a really cool set, and why I want that card is, you know, like I've spoken about this before in my Ken Boyer collection, is, you know, he was a superstar of the time. Yes, you can argue the Hall of Fame and everything, but he was a superstar of the time. And with that Home Run Derby, you know, one, he was the only Cardinal on there. But I remember watching episodes of that on ESPN Classic back in the day when I was much younger. And look who else was in that tournament. You know, Mickey Mantle, Hank Aaron, Willie Mays, and was it Killebrew, I think, was in there too. You just go on, right? And it just kind of speaks to his status while he played. And so it's a great fit with like my league leader cards, all-star cards, postseason cards, and you know, that one that I have that has Mickey Mantle on it. But you know, that's why I would put that on there. I just think it's really cool. And then again, going back to earliest card, there's a 1954 Hunter Wieners card, and I mean, I've been searching and I don't find anything at all. So I did see was a Red Shandies one of it on the eBay, but it predates his rookie card, so it'd be a pre-rookie card. So again, we're getting back into the earliest card, which again is kind of somewhat of a reoccurring theme. The next, Bob Feller, or Chief Feller. Yeah, I did a video on why I collect him, and so there's 2 cards in particular that I would love to get. One is the 1938 Gowdy Big Head. It's kind of, you know, they're kind of goofy looking cards. Again, very well known set. I would prefer the one with scribbles, and so it's his rookie card. And I know there's the Gowdy wide pen, that'd be really cool, but that just didn't make this list. But the scribbles, you know, is tailored to the player, and you know, the whether it be the nicknames, exploits, or whatever of that player, and they were developed at that time. It's not like with historical perspective. So I think that's really neat. It's an iconic set for sure. And then another Bob Feller card that's on my list is the 1941 double play. And the reason why that's on there is, go back to why I collect Chief Feller as well. He's a Chief Petty Officer, just like I am. But it's the last card manufactured of him before the war. And then Chief Feller famously enlisted almost immediately after Pearl Harbor. Served aboard the USS Alabama, Chief Petty Officer, all those things I talked about in that video. And so I just think it's a snapshot in time. So that would be just a really cool card to get. Because he's not in the 41 Gouty, he's not in the 41 Play Ball. That's the one card. And then the last card on my 10 list is Red Shandy's. Again, reoccurring theme. It's his earliest card that I know of anyway, and it's a regional set. I think that they did Cardinals and Browns. The 1946 Sears, department store, and it predates his rookie card, the 48 Bowman. So it's a pre-rookie card, and I just think that would be just really cool. It's no different than a lot of collectors, just driving towards the rare and obscure stuff. And I think there's an element to that kind of stuff in my collection. But again, I've never seen one come up for sale. I've never seen anybody show it. I've never seen it in person, like none of that stuff. So it seems to be quite difficult to get. And again, all these cards that I talked about, the Feller double play is not hard to get. It's not even really like that expensive. The Musial 49 Leaf, again, it's not hard to find. It just is expensive. But there's some sort of barrier to collecting for all these cards. Honestly, I would take any condition of any of these cards. I just want the card. So that's my 10. Let me know what you think. And then I highly recommend, take Mike up on his challenge, call, whatever you want to call it, to make your videos, comment on his video. And what are your top 10? I think it'll be really interesting to see how differently everybody collects in that regard of like what's on their list. So it should be really fun to watch anybody else's videos that chooses to make one. So again, thank you, Mike, for the idea, and you all nerd your own way.